everyone, TheWolfpack here, and welcome to another showcase video. And this time I have my Spider-Man Homecoming showcase with 4 figures, as you can see. Them being the homemade Spider-Man suit, the original, well not original, but the Man unit Spider-Man suit, and Man Mk47, and well, of course, the Vulture. There were some characters that were debatable, such as, I don't think it's a spoiler, but such as Shocker. I was thinking on doing him, however, he doesn't seem to be that important in the movie as far as I can tell. Maybe if he's cool in the movie, which I'm gonna watch tonight. If he's cool enough, I may make him, but I probably won't do a single showcase for him, but we will see. But definitely the Spider-Man Homecoming figures were a pretty tough challenge, especially Vulture. Like, I literally just finished Vulture like 5 minutes before I started shooting this, so I mean, I literally stayed up all night doing the wings. Like, the wings literally took like 8 hours, maybe 9, non-stop. The figure itself probably took like 2 or 3, so there's a ton of work done to Vulture. Iron Man as well, but well, I will get to the details of each and every one of the characters in due time. So yeah, if you're new to this channel, please subscribe for more content and leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and I hope this inspires you to make your own Spider-Man Homecoming figs. And just if you want, you can leave a comment in the comment section below telling me your opinion on these figures. So let's get right into these figures, and yeah. So first off, we have the upgraded version of the Civil War suit slash the Iron Man unit, and well, the minor details that I upgraded on this figure were more outlinings or dark lines on the legs. All those dark blue lines that you see on the legs are new. The 2 lines that you see on the hips are new, and on the front, a few of the lines were not there initially on like the dark blue ones, and a little bit like I completely redid the head, and the webbing goes around the entire thing, which is pretty awesome, which is what I wanted to do, and I think I managed to do that well. The eyes, I'm not entirely sure, but I think they work for what it is needed, I guess. I think it works for his purpose and all. And the last detail that I upgraded or changed was the 3-dimensional web shooter ammo thingies on his chest. They are now 3D and not just painted on. However, I was only able to add like 4 of them when he has 6, but still I think he's pretty cool. And yeah, that is pretty much all the upgrades for this Spider-Man. So let's move on to our next Spider-Man. So this is probably the most simple figure I've done, maybe? I don't know, but the amount of detail lacks on this one, but at the same time that's okay, because well, that gave me time to finish the other figures. But I mean, I still think I did a cool job on this figure. The head is plain red. I painted it red, and the eyes, they're not 3-dimensional, even though I did give him like 3 layers of paint to kind of pop up the eyes. And the spider on his chest, some like sweater details like the pockets and all that, and then the hoodie thingy, it's got some dark lines to represent some wrinkles and all that. And then the sweater, like these little strings that you pull to tighten up the hood, I added those. They are string and they are glued on, and I think that was a pretty cool detail that I added. I actually had that idea ever since I saw the toy, the sideshow toy, and I don't know, I was just sold by that idea, so I added that. And well, the zipper line that goes along the chest, the legs are plain blue with well, he's wearing socks and then some shoes. So I did the shoes dark red and the socks red, which is probably accurate. I mean, that's what I saw on the Sideshow toy, and I think it looks pretty cool. And then the web shooters are simply some cutout pieces of plastic, just like the other one, but they are on his wrists, and he has 3, and I think he does have 3, not 4. But anyways, I did paint the gauntlets, at least one side of them, because, well, the other side is not going to be visible at all, and like the little web detail on there as well, and the finger detail right there, well, some flesh detail, more like it. And yeah, that is honestly pretty much it for Spider-Man homemade suits. So yeah, so here we have Iron Man Mk47, also known as Tony Stark, if you may. But anyways, this figure was pretty tedious to make. Yeah, I can say that not every detail is on this figure. I mean, there's just so much going on, and these figures were pretty rushed. I mean, decently rushed, but I still added so many details that I still like it a lot, and well, I still call it good. It's a little bit under detailed on the legs, especially, at least the size of them, but other than that, I still enjoy the figure. I still like how he came out. Instead of just doing a flat figure like last year with not Spider-Man, the Captain America, instead of doing just a flat figure, I ordered this Clone Customs Iron Man suit armor piece, and I completely repainted the figure, and I don't know, like, this figure is one of the most sturdy figures I've ever done. Like, when just at the touch of it, you can tell it's very sturdy. Like, the paint, like, this figure is like 95% fully painted, or I guess repainted, fully repainted. The entire helmet, except for the mask, the gold, the entire armor piece, the arms, the legs, the hips, part of the torso, and I mean, yeah, so many things going on. The details, the black outlinings, the silver, it's all there. I mean, the only thing that I did not paint was the sides of the torso, because, well, the paint was gonna scratch off anyway, so might as well not. But yeah, the head under the mask is the same as any Iron Man face, Tony Stark under the mask. So yeah, then I don't know, there's just so many details that you can see for yourself. The legs, one thing that's cool about this is that I can actually bend him all the way back without, or well, all the way back or all the way front without scratching off the paint, and that is because I sanded down the legs so that I was able to paint on the legs the silver, which helps the figure to like bend forward and backward without the paint scratching off, which is really cool. Only 2 figures that I've ever done do that, and that is Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad and this one, which is pretty awesome. And well, yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on with this figure, but at the same time, there's so much that it's just hard to explain. But yeah, pretty self-explanatory, sort of. But yeah, and then, well, the paint does go around all 4 sides of his feet, legs, stuff, yeah. Anyways, that's pretty much it for Tony Stark or Iron Man. Alright, so yeah, Vulture. How do I fit this in the frame again? I don't know. How do I even turn this again? I don't know. Just look at this monster. Like, just look at him. Look at him for a second and tell me that he's not cool. Just do that. I mean, just look at him. Just look at those wings and just look at all those details. I mean, Vulture, guys, just dang. Vulture was a huge challenge. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I literally stayed up all night doing the wings, and I spent like 3 more hours during the day finishing them. Then I spent another hour finishing the final details for him after spending about 3 hours on the figure itself already, which sums up to be around more than 12 hours of work on this figure. Just that was insane. Like 3 hours on the figure itself, it was under detailed, and then all night I started at 11, maybe 10 something on the wings, measuring them, cutting them out, and experimenting and doing all the design, looking for the design on the internet. Like, that was crazy. And staying up all the way through, what was it, 8 o'clock or something like that, I don't know. I remember it was 9 or something, so that's like 10 hours already. Plus 3, that's 13, and plus 3 more hours that I spent putting the entire thing together, doing the thrusters or the spitting these things. Like another hour doing that. That's like 15, 16, I don't know, I can't even count, but it was insane. Like, it was like nearly an entire day, nearly, like, I mean, by a few hours, but nearly 16 hours just working on this figure. Let's just call it at that. And here he is after all that hard work, and I'm pretty happy with how he came out. I mean, there are a few details that I'll go over, and yeah, but I'm gonna stop rambling now and talk about the figure itself. The wings are made out of the same clear plastic that I've used over all of the figures that use 3-dimensional elements and all that. It was insane. This entire piece is one, then this part right here is another one, and then these individuals are another. Let's see if I can get you a closer look. So there they are. Each feather is individually glued onto the wing itself. Then this part is a Lego disc piece that I glued on, which is kind of ugly on the back side, and I'll show you. And then this piece is another glued on piece. I know, there's a lot more details on the wings than I added, but you gotta take in consideration how many hours I had, and I'm barely doing the video in time. I would have done the figure before, but some stuff got in the way and I wasn't able to, and that sucks, I know, but I mean, here he is after a while of 16 hours of work. And here's the other wing, pretty much the exact same as the other one. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's still very awesome work, I believe. And yeah, on the figure itself, I added these claws, which are the bat robot hands, and then I just cut out each side of those pieces, and I glued them on. The first toe is a little bit off because it was the first one, but the other 3 ones in the back, which I'll show you, are all pretty well placed. The metal boots are painted on as well. Then the metal armor on his thighs, the bells. These 3 bells are 3-dimensional to hold on to the jetpack or the wings itself. This torso was a plain torso, and then I wrapped around fabric to buff it up a little bit, and gave him it feels like he's actually wearing a jacket. Then the fur is another piece of fabric because I didn't want to sculpt anything or put the stuff that I usually use because the helmet would be on the way. So little space in there, so I think that works for this figure, and I may use that for my future figures. The helmet was a what's it called, a commando figure, for like a commando figure helmet, those dark blue figures from the Minifigure series, and then I added some plastic on top. Nothing is sculpted at all. I added some plastic, painted the design, added another layer of plastic and sealant, and this breather piece, it's all 3D and it's pretty cool. I really like it. And then the hose is a piece of string that's attached to the breather to this side piece right here. It's just super glued onto place. And yeah, the arms are pretty simple, even though he does have like a little pocket on each side. And yeah, if I can turn the figure around, I will show you the back, which is kind of ugly, but I mean, you're not gonna be seeing the back of the figure that much. But here's the back of the figure. You can see the plastic that reflects. Get into place. There we are. You can see the clear plastic that reflects, and the okay. Yeah, I know sometimes I say that my figures have straight lines, but look at these. This is how it starts off. Like, these are not straight lines, but this is how it all was painted on before. Just look at those uneven lines and all that stuff. Yeah. But yeah, then I worked my way to making them straight and all, as much as I can at least. Then these discs were attached with these little tiny pieces of plastic, which is kind of, it's something that I just threw on there. It's nothing professional at all, but it works if you get the idea. Then this entire piece is glued on. It's a second piece. Then yes, the wings are posable, however I do not want to do that. I don't want to experiment with that, even though it does work. These pieces look ugly because I cut off the stud. I was gonna do plastic on top of it to cover it all, and I will, however time was running out, so yeah, and I'm running low on time on this figure. But yeah, point is, the back of the figure is ugly, I know. At least the vulture claws are cool looking, which at least I think. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Vulture. I mean, 8 minutes talking about this figure, man, that was long, so I'm gonna cut it there. I hope you guys enjoyed him, and that's pretty much it for this showcase, sadly. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. So that, guys, pretty much wraps it up, even though this was, I don't know, I think it was a great showcase. Like, there's a lot of details, a lot of things to take in mind, in consideration, as far as the figures. Like, Vulture, there's so much going on in Vulture. Like, he's the biggest, not biggest figure, but it's the figure that probably has, I don't know, the longest figure that that's taken me to make, maybe, if you consider the wings and all that. I mean, there has been a few other figures that have taken me like 10 hours, but rarely. Like, Iron Man almost gets there, but not as much as Vulture, like just by a tad. But I mean, it's still cool. I mean, it's sad that this showcase is coming to an end, but I don't know, I guess you can rewatch the showcase if you want, but I just really enjoyed making these figs, even though the Civil War / Iron Man unit Spider-Man was pretty much just a upgraded figure. But it still was a great showcase, a great selection of figures and characters. I cannot wait to see the characters in the film, so I'm probably gonna call this a showcase and end it there. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe for more. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and just tell me what you think about these figures. All feedback is welcome, and it all goes a long way. Thank you guys so much for sticking around, and I will see you guys in my next video. I don't know what it'll be, but lately I've had so many requests of figures, so it may take a while to get more videos out, but I'll try my best. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.